Have you ever picked up your phone for just 5 minutes, and then suddenly it's dark outside, your tea is cold, and somehow you've watched 47 dog videos and a guy building a swimming pool in the jungle?
Oh, yes. That's my bedtime routine. One last scroll, and then boom, 2 hours gone, and I feel like I've achieved absolutely nothing.
Exactly. You're not alone. That little empty feeling afterwards, that's what happens when our brain gets stuck in what's called the dopamine loop.
Sounds scientific, but don't worry, we're going to make it fun. Today, we're talking about how apps and games literally hack our brains to keep us hooked.
Yep. It's not just, oops, I scrolled too long. Social media and games are designed like carefully engineered traps to keep you coming back, swipe after swipe, click after click.
And don't worry, we won't just scare you with evil app stories. In this episode, we'll explore the psychology behind it, how social media and games pull the strings, and most importantly, what you can actually do to unwind and escape the loop.
Plus, a few embarrassing personal stories. Spoiler, mine involves Candy Crush and missing a train.
I knew it! Okay, let's dive in before our listeners get distracted by another cat video.
Too late, Jess. Someone already paused us to scroll TikTok.
Come back! We promise this will be worth it.
All right, Jess, let's get scientific. But don't worry, listeners, this won't feel like a boring university lecture.
Yeah, no textbooks needed, just your ears and maybe a cup of coffee.
So let's start with the star of today's show, dopamine. People call it the happiness hormone, right?
Oh, yes! That's the classic myth. But sorry to disappoint. You don't just get a dopamine injection and suddenly feel like you're on a tropical beach sipping a cocktail.
Exactly. Dopamine is actually a neurotransmitter. Its real job isn't making you happy, it's about anticipation.
Right. It's the little voice in your brain going, ooh, something fun is coming. Like when you smell pizza and your brain is already celebrating before the first bite.
Or when you order online and suddenly you're checking the delivery app every 5 minutes, like, where's my package? That's dopamine in action.
And here's the thing. Our brains are very vulnerable to this. Evolution wired us to seek novelty, rewards, and patterns. Back in the caveman days, that helped us survive. New berry could be food. New sound could be danger.
Fast forward to today, and instead of berries, we've got Instagram notifications. Ding! Your brain goes, ooh, maybe that's important.
Spoiler, it's usually just your aunt liking your photo from 2017.
But your brain doesn't know the difference. It's still excited. That's where the dopamine loop kicks in.
Exactly. Let's break it down. First comes the stimulus, like your phone buzzing.
Then anticipation. You wonder, who texted me? Did I get a like? Did my crush reply?
Then the reward, you see the like, the comment, or the message, and your brain goes, yay, tiny dopamine release.
And then, boom, more stimulus. Because once you've had that little hit, your brain says, let's do it again. So you check your phone 5 minutes later, then again, then again.
And congratulations, you're in the dopamine loop. Like a hamster in a wheel, except the wheel is TikTok.
And the hamster is wearing sunglasses.
Exactly. It feels endless because the apps are designed that way. They keep feeding the loop. One notification here, one recommended for you video there. It's never ending.
And games do it too. You don't just play once. You get daily rewards, level up bonuses, shiny coins, blinking lights. Each one is another hit of anticipation and reward.
That's why you say one more round and suddenly it's 3 a.m. and you're questioning your life choices.
Been there, done that. Candy Crush ate my summer of 2014.
See, that's dopamine at work. It's not evil, it's just your brain doing what it's wired to do. The trick is, modern tech has hacked that wiring, and now we're the cavemen chasing likes instead of mammoths.
Honestly, I think a mammoth might have been easier to escape.
True, but at least mammoths didn't send push notifications.
Yet.
Oh no, don't give AI any ideas.
Deal. Okay, Jess, let's talk about the real villains of this story. social media.
Oh, yes. Listeners, your Instagram feed is basically a casino in your pocket.
Exactly. The endless scrolling, that's not an accident. There's no end of the page. It's like bottomless fries at a restaurant. Your brain just keeps munching.
And don't get me started on the refresh button. Every time you pull down to refresh, it's literally like a slot machine. Will you get something exciting? Will it be boring? Your brain doesn't know, so it keeps pulling the lever.
And that little red notification bubble? Pure evil. They made it red on purpose because red means urgent, danger, look now.
Right. It could be a world-changing message, or just your cousin invited you to play Candy Crush again.
I swear, I once opened Facebook just to remove the little red dot. Didn't even care about the notification. I just wanted peace.
You and everyone else. Now, games are just as sneaky. Daily login rewards. Congratulations, you opened the app. Here's a shiny coin.
Yeah, like I achieved something huge just for remembering my password.
Then there's loot chests. You open one, and maybe it's amazing. Maybe it's garbage. That maybe is what keeps you hooked. It's called variable reward mechanics. You never know what you'll get.
That's literally how slot machines work in casinos. But at least slot machines give you free drinks while you're losing your money.
True. Games also love to dangle the almost there trick. You're so close to finishing a level or winning a prize.
And your brain screams, don't quit now, you're almost there. So you keep going, just one more try.
And then one more, and suddenly the sun is rising, the birds are singing, and you're still trying to beat level 99.
Story of my life. That almost goal feeling is addictive because your brain hates unfinished business.
Exactly. It's called the Zeigarnik effect. Our brains remember incomplete tasks better than finished ones, which is why one more round never feels like enough.
So between endless feeds, slot machine refreshes, red dots, and games dangling shiny rewards, we're basically lab rats pressing buttons for cheese.
Except the cheese is TikToks and loot boxes.
And the cage is your phone.
Sad but true.
Oh yeah. So Jess, it's fun to laugh about this stuff, but the truth is, the dopamine loop has some pretty rough real-life side effects.
Oh, yes, like goodbye concentration. You're supposed to be writing an essay or preparing for a meeting, but somehow you're deep into watching penguins dance on YouTube.
And then you wake up like, wait, I had a deadline? Why does my PowerPoint only have one slide that says title?
Exactly. And then there's the comparison trap. Social media makes it so easy to feel miserable. You're scrolling and suddenly everyone's richer, prettier, and eating avocado toast in Bali while you're at home in sweatpants eating instant noodles.
Hey, don't attack my noodles. They're gourmet, thank you very much.
Okay, fair enough. But still, the constant comparison increases stress and anxiety, and it's not just in our heads, research shows it. Studies have found that people who use social media a lot report higher levels of anxiety and lower self-esteem.
And don't even get me started on sleep. You say, I'll just scroll for 5 minutes before bed. Suddenly it's 2 a.m., your eyes are burning, your alarm is set for 4 hours later, and you're like, why do I hate myself?
Oh my gosh, yes. There's actually research showing that using your phone late at night not only steals your sleep time, but also lowers the quality of the sleep you do get. The blue light messes with melatonin, your sleep hormone.
It's like your phone is saying, sleep is for losers, stay awake and watch one more dancing cat.
True story. And speaking of losing sleep, I have a confession. I once opened TikTok just to check one video.
Oh, here it comes.
4 hours later, I had gone through cooking tutorials, life hacks, a guy making soap shaped like sushi, and a grandma dancing in cowboy boots.
Please tell me you at least learned how to cook sushi soap.
Nope, nothing useful. Just realized I'd wasted my entire evening. My brain felt fried, my to-do list was untouched, and my tea was still sitting there, cold, lonely, forgotten.
That's the dopamine loop, ladies and gentlemen, from just one video to, oops, I missed a whole day of my life.
And that's why we need to figure out how to break free, because the consequences are real, but so is the possibility of change.
Amen to that. So Jess, the big question, why does this dopamine loop work so ridiculously well on us?
Simple answer, because our brains are basically surprise junkies.
Yes, it's not the reward itself, it's the variable reward. If you got one like every single time you posted a picture, you'd get bored fast.
But when sometimes it's 1 like, sometimes 10 likes, sometimes that random person from 5th grade shows up out of nowhere, that unpredictability makes your brain light up.
It's exactly like pulling a slot machine. You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes it's nothing, sometimes it's jackpot, and that maybe this time is addictive.
So basically, every time you check your phone, you're standing in Las Vegas, except the slot machine is in your pocket.
And instead of coins, your reward is a heart emoji from your aunt.
Which somehow feels just as exciting in the moment.
And here's the scary part. It hits teenagers even harder.
Right, because their brains are still developing, especially the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for self-control.
Exactly. Adults already struggle to stop scrolling, but teens, they've got turbocharged, novelty-seeking brains and no brakes. Perfect recipe for getting stuck in the loop.
Which is why you see teenagers checking their phones 200 times a day, posting, deleting, reposting, and obsessing over every single like.
And the worst part is, it's shaping their sense of self-worth. If the slot machine gives them no likes, their brain feels rejected.
And if it gives them 50 likes, they feel amazing. Until the next post when they're back at 0 again.
That constant roller coaster of dopamine hits and crashes is exhausting.
Yep. For teens, social media isn't just entertainment. It's their casino, their stage, and their report card all rolled into one app.
Which is terrifying when you think about it. Imagine going through puberty and living inside a slot machine. No wonder everyone's stressed.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to understand the loop so we can step out of it once in a while.
Yes, step out of it. It is real. And here's the part where we give our listeners some hope, right? Because so far it sounds like everyone's doomed to live in a giant casino with TikTok dealers.
Exactly. But here's the turning point. This isn't all your fault. If you've been hooked, it's not because you're weak. It's because these platforms are designed to hook you.
Yes, they literally hire behavioral psychologists to make those red dots, those endless feeds, those just one more video traps. So if you've ever felt guilty like, why can't I stop scrolling? Relax, it's not just you.
The good news is you can fight back. Step 1, turn off notifications. No more ding-ding every 5 minutes.
Yes, honestly, turning off my app notifications was life-changing. Suddenly, I was free. No more tiny dopamine slot machine in my pocket.
Step 2, limit your time in apps. Use timers, use blockers, whatever it takes. Even set your phone to yell at you, hey, you've been on Instagram for 40 minutes, go touch some grass.
I want that app. And step 3, the bedroom rule. Remove your gadgets from the bedroom.
Exactly. Because if your phone sleeps next to you, guess who's scrolling at 2 a.m.? You, with your poor melatonin crying in the corner.
Poor melatonin. Seriously though, no phone by the bed equals better sleep, more energy, less midnight TikTok rabbit holes.
And it's not about quitting tech completely. It's about taking back control. You tell your phone when to work for you, not the other way around.
Right. Remember, you own the phone. The phone doesn't own you. Unless it's an iPhone. Then it definitely owns you.
So, David, if we're telling people to step away from their phones, what are they supposed to do instead? Stare at a wall?
Not quite. The cool thing is, your brain doesn't only get dopamine from apps. Sports, hobbies, music, hanging out with friends, all of that gives you the same feel-good effect, but without the trap.
Exactly. Go for a run, paint something, play guitar, cook, dance in your kitchen. Your brain still gets those dopamine sparks, but in a way that actually adds to your life.
And let's be honest, having coffee with a real friend beats liking 50 posts from people you don't even remember adding.
Totally. And that's where our challenge for you, listeners, comes in. Try spending just one evening without social media or games.
Just one. Put the phone down, close the apps, and see what happens to your mood. Spoiler, You'll survive.
Yes, the phone won't run away, but life might. So go live a little.
And then tell us how it went. Drop your stories in the comments. Did you rediscover a hobby? Did you finally talk to your roommate? Did you realize your cat has been staring at you for 3 hours straight?
Or maybe you just enjoyed the silence. That's a win too.
And while you're here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this episode with your friends.
Yes, and tell us about your own dopamine loop experiences. How did you get hooked? And how did you, or didn't you, escape?
We love reading your stories. They make us laugh, think, and sometimes delete TikTok for a week.
Exactly. So thanks for hanging out with us, friends. Until next time, keep your dopamine balanced and your phones at a safe distance.
Amen to that. Bye, everyone.
Bye.